hosted by A.F.F. and Dr. Dave Corey.
GM, and welcome to the Undead Hour Show, Season 2, Episode number 13. I'm your host, A.F.F., joined today by the one and only Mr. Weisz. Dan, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for joining. It's been, took me a little while to track you down. It seems as if you've been hiding out, maybe.
I do hide in the shadows.
You're a busy guy, from what I understand.
City. Yeah, been busy.
Nice. So, just so everybody knows, Mr. Weisz, aka Dan, is what's your actual title with the cartel?
My actual title is I think I'm senior artist.
Senior artist.
At the
That sounds
Mutant
like it
Cartel.
probably encapsulates a lot.
But
Yes.
my main job really is NFT artist. So I draw all the collections really.
Okay. All right. NFT artist for the Mutant Cartel. This has been, how long have you been with the cartel?
Since inception.
Since inception.
Day one.
So about 3 years and change.
3
at this
4
point?
years. Is it 2021?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. All
Long
right.
old time now.
I would say so. We're going to have some stories to dive into with all of this, I assume. Let's get a little background on you, though. How did you get involved in the NFT space, or even before that, how did you get involved with art, maybe?
Well, before that, I was a struggling artist, the classic, having a couple of jobs on the side, and then by night trying to draw my way into the creative industry.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of freelance illustrator,
Yeah.
but then a waiter and a coffee maker as well.
Perfect. Working on those people skills, right?
Exactly.
So are you no longer waiting tables or making coffee?
No longer waiting tables.
Nice. Love that.
Just drawing now, so that's good.
You've made it. You're no longer a
Yes.
starving artist.
No longer a starving artist. NFTs saved my life.
Wow. You're one of the first people I've heard say that. I'd
know.
love to hear it.
Yeah, there aren't many. I can say that.
That's great. Oh my god! So, what about art? Are you a classically trained artist? Did you go to school, or is this something you've just been doing since you were a kid?
I did the whole artist route. So college and then university up in London
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of years, and then I actually dropped out second year. Well,
Yeah.
I was kind of pushed out because I wasn't the best student.
Okay.
Smoked a bit too much, drunk a bit too much. It
Yeah.
was a great 2 years though. It's one of the best 2 years of my life.
Yep.
But
Good.
it was
Personal
it was a holiday.
development.
Exactly. Making friends, connections.
So,
And
art
then,
was something in your life as a child, or did you pick it up as you got older?
Yeah, it was always there. It's like I was always drawing constantly. My dad's a sculptor,
Oh, cool.
an artist himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in the family, it's in the blood.
So you're the second generation artist? Or is there more?
Yeah, on my dad's side, but on my mum's side, my grandma's an artist. My great granddad was an artist. He was like a wartime poster artist. So he did loads of like wartime kind of propaganda
Yeah.
for the good guys.
Of course. That's cool. I mean, talk about influential art. I mean, propaganda from back in the day was like the origin of like these posters and stuff. So that's really cool. So fifth generation artist.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. It's in your blood. That's amazing. And so do you have other styles of art that you partake in aside from drawing, illustration?
No, I didn't pick up my dad's sculpting skills.
Okay.
I tried, but then, and I tried to actually go into his line of work because he works on movies.
Oh wow.
as a prop maker.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I did some work on Captain America back in the day, and
Oh really?
yeah, he made the
Sculpting with
shield.
him?
Yeah, sculpting with him, like mold making. I was just like the lackey, really, just like
Go get me
shifting
some
molds
resin.
back and forth, like brushing stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you've
But
seen
yeah.
some stuff with art.
Yes, definitely.
That's
And
very
he
cool.
worked on the original Gladiator actually, and I had all the swords and the shields from the movie. So me and my brother used to just like attack each other with the real sword,
I love it.
bashing them to pieces.
That's pretty cool. You still have those?
I think my dad actually got rid of them.
Closet
we-
full of
They weren't
LARPing
like
swords.
proper metal. It's like this weird stuff. So like they kind of disintegrate when you
Like a
attack
styrene or
each
whatever.
other. Yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah, he's got a whole like containers full of random props.
Movie props, etc. Dang, sounds like an eBay account waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean he's not allowed to sell them, but
Oh, okay.
I'm sure some deals have happened.
Yeah. No. That wouldn't
No.
happen, of course.
I
No.
haven't said that.
So then, all right, you have always been an artist. You went to art school for a couple years, did your thing, started illustration on the side, trying to pick up work while you were working,
Yeah.
making ends meet.
So I was mainly trying to sell prints of my work, just online shop kind of stuff.
Set up an Etsy or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was going okay, but not really making enough to actually quit all the other jobs.
Yeah, I did a little diving. I saw an Etsy page with some surprisingly cat illustrations.
Yes. I went a bit cat crazy for a while.
That made me laugh because I was like, man, this is the guy
Yeah,
who's been,
I've been-
drawing hounds forever. And what else? I also found some old comics that it looked like you had illustrated the art for. It was like positive messaging for people who are getting older. It was about aging.
Oh yeah, that was
was an
right before the cartel. Actually, it was
Really?
such a weird. Actually, it was while I was drawing the hounds. I was also drawing a book
Old
of
ladies.
poetry for
Yeah.
people going through old age.
Dude,
It's really different stuff.
because I was just like Googling and then I found like a Facebook page and then I saw one of those and I was like, huh, I'm going to have to send these to my mom. These are funny.
Yeah, they're quite funny little poems. And
Yeah. Did you do the poems as well as the illustrations?
No,
Or you-
no,
I thought
that was,
you were partnered with somebody.
yeah.
That's cool. So then you found the hounds. How did that relationship get started?
Well, Callum just messaged me out of the blue.
Okay.
So I knew him. He's a couple of years younger than me, but he grew up in Brighton as well, where I grew up.
Yeah.
I think we went to the same school, and so we kind of knew each other through friends.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he just, messaged me out of the blue and said, I'm working for this guy called Leo and Eden Block. So I started off doing some illustrations for Eden Block and doing some of their website stuff.
Okay. Little graphic design.
Yeah. Nice. And then, Leo liked them. And then, obviously, Leo and Callum came up with the whole cartel a couple of months after that. And then,
oh, cool.
I
So
was
you were
straight
on board.
Yeah.
You were on board before it even happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a time. So okay. So you've been here from inception.
Yeah, it's mad. I remember the meeting with Callum at the pub, and he was like explaining mutant apes to me, and I was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm in.
Yeah. So how did that picture get painted then? Like, you know what a mutant ape is, but have you thought of a mutant hound? Or
yeah, I think it was all based on Sam, Leo's dog.
Yeah.
And they thought every ape needs a best friend.
Yeah.
And what's man's best friend or ape's best friend?
Yeah. The
Little
DOG.
dog.
Very cool.
So yeah.
All right. So you started with the hounds. and illustrated the hounds, a 10K collection of various mutated dogs on Ethereum chain. Tell us about that process. What was it like? Did you have to come up with the traits, or were you given a list to illustrate?
Yeah, to begin with, there was a big spreadsheet, and I was just like picking and choosing, and it was all kind of stuff. There was new stuff, but then it was all kind of MAYC based, and yeah, from there we just expanded the whole list, and then I came up with stuff, and then back and forth with Leo.
Right. So you pulled some of the top traits, some of your favorite traits from the Macy collection, did an adaptation, added them to the hounds, and then ran with it from there, just brainstorming.
Yeah, that was it really. It was just lots of back and forth with Leo, and yeah, it was like 12 months of just solid drawing and then sending stuff to Leo back and forth.
Okay, so I've seen some of the early days, and there was a change, but it started with Solomon, right? Wasn't Solomon the first hound that was illustrated? The Ice Hound?
Was he called Solomon? Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that's so long ago. I can't remember.
It is. That's like one of the first things I saw.
That was the original idea, to have like, you could see the whole dog.
Yeah.
And then have it in the actual space, so you can see everything. But then,
right.
I don't know, he looked a bit puny and a bit, yeah, he was a bit spindly, wasn't he?
Yeah. Long legs.
I think like the
skinny
fierce,
body.
like, yeah, Leo definitely wanted that fierce look.
So it was
So we
version
changed it up
2.
a bit, zoomed in, and then
Added
we got that.
Nice. Was there a bunch of iterations to get to that point, or was it like, okay, this is a great foundation, and we're gonna beef him up and make him look a little meaner?
There wasn't too much. There was, I had a few sketches, and then we just decided on that one, and then from there we just had that base form.
Cool.
And then we just went for it.
So with, what is it, roughly 24 forms, do you have a favorite?
A favorite form? I always like the overly complicated ones.
Really?
So I like it when there's just mad shit going on.
Okay.
So I like I always like the trippy ones, and I like I forgot what it's called now.
Noise?
DMT. Yeah, and
yes.
noise is good. Yeah, so anything with a lot going on, I quite like those. But then also, you can't go wrong with a midnight, because it's just sleek.
Ooh, Andy ZB would be very happy to hear that. That's his favorite collection. What about traits? Do you have a favorite trait?
Again, I just like a lot of mad stuff. So I like, anything coming out the eyes. I like the blue beams.
Yeah, the blue beams are insane.
And any kind of glowing eye.
How did you go from a Macy blue beam where it's like flashlight beams straight to something a bit softer, whereas it kind of seems like it's flowing a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that's kind of my style. I never really like straight lines. I like, always really into nature, and so I just really love drawing wispy stuff. Okay. Curvy lines.
Interesting. So is that like, so you're referring back to nature for some of your inspiration then?
Yeah, definitely. Like, and when I draw, like back in the day, I used to be really into like drawing fur and stuff on animals. I used to just draw animals when I was younger. So I used to just go crazy with really fine line pens and just get so much detail.
That's so hard and takes so much time.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't make any money. I spent hours and then sell it for $5
of course. Yeah, it's that's such a painstaking process. As I'm something of an artist. I wouldn't call myself anywhere near an illustrator like you, but when I try to do these more detailed style arts, it's just like you get so lost in the sauce creating these things, and I'll be head down drawing for 2 hours and then put my head up and the perspective is all
you kind of
fucked.
zoom in a bit too much, don't you?
Yeah.
You need to step back.
Yeah, loosen up a
See the
little
bigger
and zoom
picture.
out. That's cool. Okay, so you did the Mutant Hounds, a 10K collection, of which we have been burning recently. Within this cartel
I felt a
ecosystem,
bit funny about that to begin with.
I bet.
Why are you burning my shit?
I mean, as a holder, I felt funny about it because, once you're collecting and once you've fallen in love with the collection, it was like a hard choice. I mean, I specifically, once I found out that we were going to be burning, I think I specifically bought some to burn.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a good idea.
Mecha legs, things like
Yeah.
that.
Poor old neck leg.
The poor mecha leg. Is there a story behind that? Because there was so much speculation before the burn. We talked about it and we're like, mecha leg is like a very common trait, right? So we kind of were like, well, we should burn through them and minimize that, so it's not so common. But then somebody, I don't know who, started a rumor that perhaps there would be like a mecha leg utility in like Serum City or something, or it would actually be like a benefit as opposed to like a negative. It was me. I started that.
Oh,
I
you
just
started.
thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny.
Save the mecha leg.
Yeah. Make mecha legs great.
Yeah, well, I think they've always been great. I love a
It's
mecha
cool.
leg.
And on a bionic,
Yeah,
it looks
I mean, on some
so
of them
insane.
they work less well,
For sure.
but yeah, that's the same with any collection, I think.
Yeah, there's some traits that just absolutely go together, like lamb and tuna fish. Spaghetti and meatball, perhaps?
Yeah. Do you like lamb and tuna?
That's a movie quote, sorry. That's from Big Daddy.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
So hounds, you've been drawing. All right, so I assume because I haven't heard much from you, I just kind of picture you locked away in your little art room or big art room, drawing with large tablets and paper flying, and just kind of an insane process because of how much art has actually been created over this time.
Yeah, it has been a lot, but I've had helpers this time.
Yep.
It's been like.
Did you have help from the start?
No, for the original collection, just me.
Wow.
On, pretty much all of it, and then. But yeah, the Fused Hounds, it was a whole team in terms of sorting out the look and then concepts, and then help you out with inking as well and coloring.
Sure.
Like, I hardly did any coloring for the Fused Hounds. Yeah.
Who was responsible for that?
Ua and a guy called Sasha.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, they're great. They're really good.
So you
artists.
went from inking by yourself an entire 10K collection plus the megas to having a full production team for the Fused Hounds.
Yeah,
Whereas
it felt,
that's
like big
quite a
step
change.
up. Yeah.
So
it's
you
great.
have
It's really handy. And having like Simon and Lip on board as well. So their insight into everything, and then Simon just being the puppet master and sorting everything out really. So I could just leave me to just draw, and then everything else is taken care of. So
I love it. We had I had McTavish on the show last week, who played a part in lore advancement and stuff in this collection.
And he was a big part of the Few Sounds as well. Lots of concepts and helping with the ink work as well.
He's an interesting dude. It was fun talking to him, and it was funny that he brought you up a bunch of times last week. I was like, oh, perfect. This is a great segue because we'll have him on next week.
Yeah, I love John.
Yeah, really, really good dude.
Madman.
Yeah, I was laughing when you said that you like the more complicated traits, because I know something about John, and he loves complicated traits. If you know his dragon collection with like 1,000 different traits or whatever it is. It's pretty bonkers.
Yeah,
how
that whole
in-depth.
collection is mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
I like it because it's high effort, and
Yeah.
that's how I feel about things. Like, if you put the effort in, then yeah, the rewards are obvious.
Well, especially as an artist, because when you have an eye for these things and you are familiar with like appreciating art as collectors are, it really gives you something to dive into and dig in with. Like, I'm something of a trait nerd, so I when a collection drops, I dive in and I'm just clicking in and looking to see what it has and what the traits are and what the rarities are and how they work together and what form it looks best with and stuff. So I think that this collection really it fed that desire for me. I mean, I was doing like weekly reports on the floor prices of all the Dark Fang faction forms and different
I think I
traits
saw
and
some
stuff.
of those actually.
Yeah, it's
great.
fun. It's really interesting, and it because as collectors, where we're collecting NFTs, these rarities and these some of them aren't super rare, but they're super cool traits. So it's like you see, it's not always rarity. Sometimes it's aesthetic. So
Yeah, that's what I find hard as well, because when you're doing it, you want to make it look super cool, but then
yeah,
if it's quite rare, then you don't get to see it that much. So it's like it's a fine line, it's a fine balance. You have to.
right. Like
There are some traits I just want the whole collection to have loads of, but then
what?
they really shouldn't.
Like blue beams.
Yeah, like
Blue beams for everyone.
Yeah, blue beams all around. Coming out of every orifice.
Like the gorillas with their farting gorillas on ape chain.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, so you did hounds, you did mega hounds. Did you ink the collars as well?
Yes.
Collars. Bitcoin MHI Evos.
Yes. With help from Felix.
Okay.
So we had Felix on board to he was really good at picking up my style really quickly. So
That's nice.
I could just do a sketch, shove it to him, and he could ink over it. And it's like, oh, looks like mine. It's great.
And then you go and add the final touches and send it off to ink.
Yeah,
or color.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, John was explaining that process last week a little bit. And that's so cool to me. I like the art illustration process where, I mean, I've seen comics being made. I've seen like South Park behind the scenes, like putting together the animated series. I just think it's so cool to watch something go from a scribble on a page to a completely polished, finished piece. So it must be like insane to be a part of the team and just watch this get pumped out. How
it's really funny looking back at all the initial drawings and stuff. And I think we probably are going to like put together a few visuals to like show the process.
Ooh, okay, good.
So that should be good.
That was like one of my next questions. John mentioned because I'm a content creator. I do marketing for work in my day job, social media management, all this crap. But he mentioned you draw on an iPad in Procreate.
Yes.
Which told me
everything I do.
There are millions of hours of hounds being created, which I would love to see. Give me your content. Allow me access to this folder.
It's mad though, because I've got so many open tabs and it's just...
Oh my God. I can imagine.
And because it records everything,
yeah.
Sometimes I just duplicate the file just to start a new drawing, but then it will still have all the old recordings on that new file. So then it makes the video look a bit shonky because you'll just go from one finished piece and then it's like, and then back to a new thing.
I didn't know that.
So I'll need some editing, but
hey, I know a guy.
Yeah, I'll shove you over some stuff.
Perfect.
2 terabytes worth of.
Let's start small. We'll just do a couple to start. All right, so collars to hounds and megas. As far as the old megas, we have some revealed, some not, but they're all completed to my awareness, correct?
Yes.
We're just waiting on reveal. Out of those, do you have a favorite that you created?
I'm trying to remember them.
We got Fenrir, we got Havoc, we got Glitch, we got Volt, we got the big pink thing, the Kraken.
Yes.
There's Oni. I'm just naming off.
Oh yeah, I
some of my
really like
favorites
Oni.
here. Oni was so cool.
Oni's one of my favorites.
It's really cool. I think with the megas, it's interesting to see because it gives you a little more freedom to like switch up your style. So
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, because yeah, there are some that are just the normal like 3/4
yeah,
like profile, but then yeah, it's nice zooming out a bit and having a full image to do.
yeah.
Yeah, so
And
I like
Oni
Fenrir as well.
Oni was way off. I mean, not off, but different in style. I mean, to lean into like the Japanese art a little bit more, little foo dog feeling with the kanji mask or whatever.
Yeah, it felt good doing that.
It's very cool. And then like Glitch is just completely insane. Like the texture is off. It's not furry. It's static electricity. You know, like it's very interesting to see. So like you adapt the traditional form into something completely different, which is wild.
Yeah, I always start with that base form, and then you can just
Work your way from there.
go a bit crazy with the megas, which I like.
So is there, as we get into fusion questions, if you cannot answer, this is fine, but I'll shoot my shots anyway. Is there a correlation with the ETH megas and the fused megas?
I
ETH, they're both ETH.
don't remember what I did.
Just show us that chart. Let's see.
Yes, there are. Yeah, there definitely are.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a few that are straight. Just
okay.
Yeah, adaptations.
So interesting. So there is a
like,
zombie
like
king
for
mega.
like, and then there are some that are just brand new, just for the fused.
Interesting. Okay. How do you feel about this new collection after doing, so now you're doing bipedal versus quadrupedal hounds, right? Has this become your favorite after doing the first one?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's a step up quality wise, which is, yeah, I think it always should be. Like the latest thing you do should be the best.
Of course.
So, and I had, our team helping me. So, yeah, I feel great about this new collection. I'm excited.
I can't wait. I mean, just seeing the pre-reveals, there has been a lot of hype. The art is top tier. I mean, the idea behind this collection initially at its start was to create something on par with or better than Macy's? Question mark.
Well, I think, they're quite different though. Like, I mean, I love MMOC. I think the artwork's great.
Yeah.
And I find it hard to find one that I don't like. And that's impressive for like a 20,000 collection. It's mad.
Yeah.
But then, I think our one is more, I don't know, there's like a less cartoony feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is nice. But then it's also still in that kind of world.
Yeah. It's a mix between cartoon, anime, and hyper realistic, just, I mean, the level of details on these is sick. I've been, as I do, enhancing, zooming in, looking,
Oh, don't zoom in
looking.
too far, man. You'll find all the mistakes.
Nah, I haven't found any yet. I
Oh,
haven't. Pre-reveal though, so we'll see.
Don't go full pixel.
Yeah, well, I think you guys have done an excellent job at checking the collection before you release it so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of hours of scrolling.
What about the Evos? Did you find you were also responsible for this, right?
Along with Lip. Lip did the color.
Okay.
And then that was just me and him, really. And then with Felix as well.
What about the standard pixelated versions?
Oh, yeah, that was all Lip.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was just making sure. So Lip did the pixelated versions, and then you came in for the evolutions.
Yes.
Was it difficult? Was it fun to create a very different layout where it's just straight up a bust?
Yeah. Well, originally the fused hands were going to be straight on. That's how I drew them originally.
Oh, interesting.
And now looking back on them, they look so whack. I'm so glad we did. I never want them to see the light of day.
Really?
So I'm glad we switched.
Interesting.
Switched on that.
I need to see these.
But it was nice to break up what I was doing with the fused with the MHIs.
Yeah.
It was good. And I could kind of use the symmetry tool on Procreate.
Yeah.
So if you draw one side, it draws exactly the same.
Yeah. I've utilized this.
It was a less heavy lift. But
so you drew half as much then.
Yeah, half as much. I mean, obviously some are, but yeah.
Yeah, some are not completely
Not
the same
perfectly
on both sides.
But yeah.
There's a couple of wild tongues hanging out and such.
Exactly. Yeah, I love the wild tongue ones. And the one
Me too. I have the zombie mouth. Yeah, on my Blue Beam zombie. So I took the zombie mouth and I think the rabid mouth because the one's on one side, one's on the other, the tongue. And I made a GIF swapping it back and forth. So he's just like slapping his tongue around. It's pretty fun. It was very cool. I like same thing there. I mean, zooming in on the collection, the fucking detail is unreal. Do you like zoom way in when you're drawing? Like to get that level of detail. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I need to, I get a bit lost in the drawing and then,
zoom back out.
When it gets too blocky, you realize you've gone too far.
Yes, but, once you start to see those pixel edges, okay, doing too much.
Exactly.
Nice.
But I'm a bit of sometimes too much of a perfectionist, so it takes quite a while. I take the scenic route.
That's good. I mean, I feel like with art, that's how things develop. You kind of got to let your mind go and work your way through it and just let it happen. Exactly. And then maybe come back to it with a sober mind and be like, let me touch this up just a touch. What about like lore creation and stuff? Did you play a role in that, or were you just illustrating for it?
Well, the initial ones I drew, the first ever ones.
Yeah, the
clubhouse.
Okay, the clubhouse.
The boardroom.
And then there's like the vault dinner, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it that one?
I think so. There's like it almost reminded me of the painting of Jesus and the 12 apostles. There's like a really long table.
Yeah, that was it was the Last Supper.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, I instantly picked that up and I was like, "Is that just my brain, or was that actually?"
Yeah, it was the
intent.
It was intentional.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, and there's so many mutants in that image. I was just zooming in, like, oh, there's Red Hat. Oh, there's V.
Yeah,
like,
there are a lot.
It's cool. It's wild. We need.
Yeah, I need to look back at all
updated
those.
one.
I haven't seen. Yeah, we should do an updated one.
Ooh, let's do a new one. I've seen them. I can send that to you if you haven't seen it in a while. I was looking at it last night, the old one. So,
Really? Yeah, I think it should be on the tablet somewhere.
I'm sure it is. Just scroll.
All the way down, years and years.
What's it like working with the cartel?
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like everyone is, just really cool and very inspiring to be around.
Yeah.
And just the level of creativity and talent. I think that's what Callum and Leo are so good at, just picking people. And they're very, very talented themselves.
Yeah.
But just picking the team, like they've done really well. And then when Lip and Simon and Sunmin came on board, I think that took us to a new level, I think, definitely. So yeah, it's great. I love it.
It's been a constant progression, which is great for an artist because we need that.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot. Like when I look back at like the images you were saying just now, if I look back at them, I think there's a different artist doing those. Because I just feel like I've progressed a lot.
Yeah, I
and,
would
like,
say
just drawing
so.
constantly for 4 years.
Yeah.
I think would do that.
Be interesting, if you could string together some particular drawings like that basically show a time lapse from the start to the end. It's gotten insane. And it's cool to look at because you can see the the progression. Whereas, it's like, okay, you had these traits and these details, but it's like gets more hyper focused as you go. And it just, you bring them out, like the grillz become so much more insane. The grillz on the MHI Evos were fucking bananas. The golds, the textures,
that was Lip's coloring is like way beyond what I can do.
Yeah.
So like he's so good with textures and lighting.
Interesting.
But even in that I've learned a lot. So much better than I used to be.
I'm sure. We need a behind the scenes in the art lab to see one piece come together. That'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah, I need to get better at I need your skills, content creation. Yeah.
Isn't it so hard? Whereas you're producing one thing, but like if you want to show it off, you need to produce something at the same time. Basically, like film yourself. It is. It's such a pain in the ass. I understand.
I don't know whether to use because Procreate is quite good, but then it's not that high res what it records. So then I'd probably have to set up a tripod or something and do some stuff.
Screen camera shot of you.
Just get my 5-year-old to hold it.
Perfect. Well qualified, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Is your 5-year-old helping you draw yet?
No, the 5-year-old's not interested at all. The 7-year-old is pretty into it.
Really?
Yeah, so he loves I upgraded iPad, so I've got the bigger version, so he's always on the little one, just scribbling around.
Just being like Dad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they think my job is just drawing monsters. Well, that is my job, actually. Drawing monsters.
They think my job is just drawing monsters. You should put that on your business card. Monster drawer.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my goodness. All right, so without asking too much alpha, I want to talk about the fused hounds. This concept has been around since the beginning.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it was...
So the whole project wasn't pitched to you at once. It was one thing at a time?
Yeah, it was all one thing at a time.
Probably for the better, so it didn't make you run away screaming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on the... I get drip fed the information, which I quite like, because then I get to focus on the right things at the right time.
For sure. Cartella is fucking the number one team at drip feeding information.
Yeah.
We all want the faucet. We want that shit just turned on and streaming, but they got the drip feed going for sure. So you've been responsible for creating some like 30,000 NFTs with this collection or so. Maybe more.
Yeah. Well, it sounds mad when you put it like that.
It's crazy. I mean, we got 10,000 ETH hounds. There was 10,000 collars. 10,000 ordinals. 2,500
Yeah.
fused. What about Serum City? Did you illustrate for that as well?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I saw a lot of it being produced, and it was really cool to watch all that happen. But yeah, that was far away artists, and then some of our artists as well, and Lip and John. I don't know who else. Maybe Sasha and Ua. So yeah, I saw that happen, but I wasn't involved.
Interesting.
But yeah,
They
it was
did
cool
it.
to see some of the hounds in that though, and to play it as your own
The
NFT.
hounds and the mutants and stuff. I love seeing them and seeing them animated and bobbing their heads or whatever, talking to you.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, nice way to implement the storyline as well within that game. So
Yeah, it was all really clever and really well done.
yeah. All right, so you didn't know Fused Hounds were coming because they probably didn't want to tell you they were going to burn your beautiful art creations. But we've made our way to it now. Fusion is coming. We have started the burn. The Dutch auction is coming. And then the reveal, which we are losing our minds for collectively over here trying to hold it together. Dying to see many things. I'm a zombie maxi over here. So I'm can't wait to see my zombie mega with a crown on it, whatever it might be. But like, no need to confirm my suspicions.
All these ideas too late, man.
Dude, it's funny because like I knew you were the guy behind the illustrations. So for the past couple of years, I've been tagging you in things on X.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, for sure. You were one of the people in my rotation. I try to tag various team members as I go. But
I need to get on Twitter more.
I never really heard from you. I saw like a couple reposts here and there and this and that. And then I was just like, oh my God, it popped in my head one day to hit you up. Once this collection was dropping, shot you a DM, quick response. Yeah, I'd be happy to. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I've been tagging this dude. I love it. But it just came out from under the rock of art over there and showed up. It's been great. I'm really excited for this. And do you have any alpha for perhaps one of my friends? Fat Man, I don't know. Is there grillz coming for juggernauts?
There's definitely many grillz.
Many grillz.
Not
Any new grillz? New grillz?
There are new grillz.
Yes.
Okay. I had to think up some different minerals because you get bored of diamond and ruby, don't you?
We've had diamond, we've had ruby, we've had amethyst, right? Obsidian,
yes.
Metal, gold.
There's a couple more coming.
Serum teeth.
No serum teeth. There's an amber.
Jade. Ooh. Okay.
A nice amber grill.
Ooh. Did you hear that, Fat Man? Amber grill's coming.
Yeah.
What about forms? If forms in the Fuse collection, do you have favorites there? I just want to know what the artist's favorite traits are, really.
Yeah, I really like anything that's... I really like Ghost. I really like all the... Again, the more crazy ones. Celestial. So there's, a couple of Celestial ones.
Celestial Fused Hounds.
Yes.
Where's my alpha noise?
There we go.
We'll go for that. That's a good long howl. That competes with my howl. So much excitement. How many traits did we have? How do I word this? Did you get inspiration from Macy's with this collection as well, as far as like clothing traits, etc.?
Yeah, I'm sure there are some crossovers. I didn't do anything intentionally though on this one, so I wasn't like the first collection. I was always looking through OpenSea and like
Sure.
checking out the collection. But this one didn't do any of that. It was more based on the OG hounds, and then we wanted to make them their own thing as well. So
Love it.
Serum City based stuff.
I love it. What about animations? Do you play a role in that as well, where we're seeing these videos for promotion, as well as like the burn mechanism videos, stuff like that?
Yeah, I did some stuff for the burn website. Not the mechanism.
Beautiful.
That was lip stuff, like the triangle, the squares.
Yeah.
It's all really cool. And then that's Lip and Simon putting all that together. And the UIX guys who are just magicians, and I don't know how they do it, but
they do a damn good
they
job.
do it really well.
Everybody knows that the cartel sites as well as the activations are always just unparalleled. You guys do a fucking spectacular job with all of that.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, they don't use templates. It's all custom, and it's just, it's beyond me. But
yeah, I know that like some people within the space are always like, well, why don't you mint on Magic Eden, or why don't you use these available protocols? And I'm like, well, do you see their activation? That's why, because they want to give you this full experience. This is a completely custom build out, which is
it's really cool. And when I fused mine, I did it with the kids, and they were like dragging and dropping. Found it really cool.
Yeah, beautiful
it's
work
great.
there. The website looks great. Everything. It's something to be said about what you were tapping into earlier there with Duke and Lior choosing, finding all of these exceptional people. Even the community, I find, is really stacked with just so many
just
talented
people everywhere.
Interesting people. I don't know if it's like the level of your art attracts these people or what it is, but we have such a wide array of talented people within our community that it just blows my mind, between artists, content creators, marketers, space hosts, every musicians. I mean, 3D artists, just absolutely everything. It's just interesting to me because I'm involved in a lot of other communities. And I just, this one really sticks with me, I think, because of that. I've always...
Already?
Yeah, I've always had this, because I've interviewed people for a long time. I used to run a magazine and stuff, and I would just find these, like, exceptionally talented people. And maybe that's why this felt like home to me, because I was just noticing how many, like, stellar people there are within the community. But it's just so fun to, like, be a part of and commingle with them and chop up ideas with them and see what they create. And it's really something special. So I'm happy to be a part of it. It's awesome to be able to, just like this, to be able to sit here with you and talk about the art that you've created. So I really value this community as my home base in Web3, I guess. How did you get started? Were you like a crypto native when you met these guys? Were you already involved with NFTs?
No, like I was saying, when I first met Duke for that drink in the pub, he was just trying to explain it all to me. Actually, it was first when he was sending me the briefs for Eden Block, and I had to Google every other word he was saying. I was like, what are you on about? And then, I was doing these like editorial pieces for them. So I kind of learnt a
Like
bit
writing?
about NFTs and stuff through that. But no, not crypto native at all.
Interesting. So are you
I feel
involved?
like an analog man in a Web3 world.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you get paid in crypto?
No.
You're like, nah.
Convert it for me, please.
Okay, so you're not really involved in the crypto space then?
I have assets, but they're all cartel assets.
Okay. So NFTs you hold.
And I had some Ethereum.
Yeah.
And then when I did get paid in Ethereum one time, I locked myself out the wallet And I'm just bad at this. I'm really
No,
bad.
Dan, no. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so yep, I'll take a regular old paycheck, please. Don't risk associated with that.
Just send me some coins in a bag.
I love it. That's funny. Okay, so fused hounds are done.
Yes.
Fused megas are done.
Yes.
So it's too late for any requests.
Yeah, that ship has sailed onto the open sea.
I should have tried to get this interview earlier so I could get some of those in.
Yeah, I was very open to suggestions. So at the end there, it was quite hard.
Nobody told us. We didn't get the
400+
memo.
traits.
Well, you probably would have been regretting that request had it been put out, because your inbox would have been absolutely knackered with requests.
Yeah, I'd have retreated further into the cave, I think.
I believe so. Down into the Bat Cave, the Dan Cave. I love it. So what do you have on the horizon? With this being done, are you kicking back? Are you putting your feet up? Have you started on something else already? Is it too soon?
There was just a few bits and pieces left over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was helping. The most recent thing was the website drawings and stuff, like the black and...
Nice
it was
job.
really fun doing the black suit and dark fang together. That was a nice image.
I'm obsessed with Dark Fang, okay? The initial art creation for Dark Fang, there was these two illustrations, one for Black Soot, one for Dark Fang. They had a little bit different feel. If I'm honest, I feel like Lip drew Black Soot and you drew Dark Fang.
He did, yeah.
Okay. I took the art that you created of Dark Fang. I made GM memes out of it. I made posters out of it. All of this stuff.
Nice.
Dude, that piece is fucking insane. And I've been
Cheers, man.
every once in a while, I send a DM and I'm like, yo, if somebody gets that, it's me, right? I get to be Dark Fang. Can I put in the request? Can I put in the request for a Dark Fang Mega in the Fused Hound collection? That's what I'm asking, because it's just... the dark side always speaks to me, and I just think he captured some fucking evil in that image.
Everyone has a dark side.
Yeah. I embrace that shit.
Some more so than others.
I'm not saying I'm like an evil person, but the dark side kind of attracts me. I feel that.
You can see with that skull in the background.
Yeah, there's
That's
a couple.
Cool. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Gold tooth skull.
Gold tooth, yes.
Yes, sir. Bottom of the ocean. Those are created by one of my tattoo artist home buddies.
Nice, they're cool.
Yeah, do a bit of collecting art myself, which is how I found myself in this collection. It was, I was big into crypto pre-COVID, and really hadn't understood what NFTs were yet. But when COVID happened, my work was closed. I stayed home. I was on my phone all the time. I found NFTs. I missed out on Basie Macy. Had the interest, but just felt like the ship had sailed for me. And then just did gobs and gobs of research, which is how I wound up in the cartel. The lore attracted me because, again, with like the dark side underdog story there, it was just really something that I love. I love an underdog story where it's like, you know, the Macy's were banished by the Basies and they had to claim their own and build from nothing and suffer.
Yeah, the
in
whole
the dark
outcast thing is, so really good.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of room for character arc and stuff in there. I talked a little bit with John last week about, you know, future stuff coming out, and I know there was mention a long time ago of Cartel Comics, comics as a service, and building out the Mutant Cartel world. Do you have aspirations to see that come to fruition?
Yeah, it was always in the pipeline, but I'm not sure how Yeah, I mean, things change so fast in Web3. Like, we're doing one thing and then suddenly pivot, and then we're doing
Always, you
crazy
have
other
to.
things, and then you're doing
Yeah,
inscriptions, and then so I'm not sure. I always thought it was a great idea,
yeah.
and yeah, I know at one point we were doing this like Forever Scroll website where you just have all the comics,
Oh,
and I don't know if that's still
send,
on the
send,
cards or not.
send me the link.
I don't know if I have it. I will if I got it. But
Stored away in Leor's vault. I know it.
yeah, it's somewhere. But
And
yeah, I want to get back into the comics as well. I want to break
yeah,
out of my my NFT square,
okay.
go widescreen.
I love it. I mean, some of those story activations that we had along the way really got people excited. Having community members and their assets being featured within the advancement of the lore, I think, really got people excited. I mean, I know, I think I was featured in one piece, which is crazy because I was featured with basically an L3 asset that we had created, which was a bipedal version of a mutant hound cloaked. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. So you did Fused Hounds before we ever did them.
it was yeah, it was. I guess it was
You
a.
started it all off.
I mean, I don't want to claim anything here. I don't want to say Reapers was our idea, but like that's what we had created was these Reapers, and like just because we wanted to use it as our PFP, so we kind of just framed it differently with a different artist, and he adapted the original art to create it. But like, I mean, obviously it was a deriv, and it was cool, but it wasn't an official part of the collection. So to see that featured in the art really fucking blew my mind, especially that I got to be there with Darkfang, like in the midst of the battle. And that feeds people. That gets them excited. So I thought that was some really cool creation there. That was definitely one of my favorite pieces. They're so wild.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
love where John took all the comics because
he's
yeah, from where I started, it was all a bit. I don't know. I really liked my first images, but they were all a bit wooden, a bit. But he gave it a whole new life, I think.
interesting. It's so cool. It must be so fun to just. I mean, to collaboration. I feel like it's so important is in a creative space because it helps your style to change and evolve and grow, and it helps the piece itself to change and evolve and grow. So like just the talent of the art department with the Mutant Cartel speaks volumes about how serious they are about this. And I know everyone in the space always says like the timeline might not always be met, but the output of the product is going to be unmatched every single time. And I've never heard anyone say, "Well, the art could be better" or anything like that. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys have just been absolutely killing it with this team.
Oh, that's
So
good to hear. But yeah, it's always quality
yeah,
over most other things, I think.
yes. Well, and we saw that with like launch of the Fused. They said, "Oh shit, sorry, we got 2 days. You got to wait. Something came up. We're gonna do it, but we just want to make sure we're giving you the utmost experience." So I think
Yeah,
that's
better safe than sorry.
yeah, and I think that's kind of brave of the cartel to just say sorry, we're not shipping it today. It's got to be better. It really speaks of the way that they work. So I stand behind that. I was not incensed at all by a couple more days waiting. Well worth it.
Yeah, what's a couple of days after 2 years?
Exactly. We can hang out, we can vibe, we'll be chatting in the VC and hanging with the members, and that time will blow right by. Which it has. So now we're moving on up for the reveal. I probably shouldn't ask you when that is.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Fair enough.
I actually don't. I'm not even joking.
The cartel really knows how to structure things.
They
It's
keep me
hilarious.
locked in the basement.
Yeah, like the need to know. You're like the mad scientist working for the cartel who they're like, just make more poison. Don't worry.
Produce.
Yes, yes. Chuck down a loaf of bread and some water every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't ask for much. I'm pretty happy.
Well, if you're ever looking for accolades, you just come into the Discord and we will give you
Yeah, I
many
should-
rounds of applause.
Poke my head up there.
Hey, I'd love to see it.
A bit
We
more.
hang out in the voice channel all the time. You have your regular suspects in the saloon dropping gifts and being weirdos. It's a really good time. You should definitely.
Yeah, I need to up my gift game
Yeah.
to get in there.
Okay.
I'm not
You can make
even
your own,
verified, I don't think. I need to verify myself.
sir. We can help you with that. If you have questions for
I think I'll be a
onboarding,
verified member.
yeah, just
I'll
come
get
on
in.
into the Discord. We'll help you. We'll help you get verified. If you have any questions, just drop them in the saloon.
Cheers.
We
You
have
need
all
to
the
hold my
answers.
hand.
Absolutely.
Walk me through it.
As our mod Luke Sauer likes to say, we are the most welcoming cartel in the world.
Oh, yeah. I love Luke. I met him in Brighton
Yep. Really?
on his grand tour around
Oh,
Europe.
on the Lukey Dash.
Yeah, the Lukey Dash.
Nice. Nice kid.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Nice guy. Sorry, he's not a kid. He's not that young.
Yeah, he's not a kid.
Sorry, Luke. Sorry. We love you. I met Luke in Miami for Fuck It Miami, which is where I also met Vanguard and Red Hat.
Oh, nice.
Really sold me on the cartel experience hanging out with team members. I mean, there was a bunch of legends there, and it was such an amazing time. But I think that night, that Fuck It Friday, just completely sold me as a cartel member. Because you just, once you meet people in real life and you feel the like-mindedness, you pick up the excitement about what you're talking about, you've got the similar interests and goals. It's really, really locks you in there with the IRL.
Yeah, those events. I need to get some more. I went to the original London one, but
Yeah.
and the embassy, but then obviously that was just cartel folk.
The embassy, huh? What was that like?
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like I felt like such a little scruff. Just it was too high. It was too fancy for me, but it was very nice and like
Came out of the
personal
Hobbit hole.
chefs. It was just so good.
Yeah.
The whole
It's-
experience.
It's a top tier catered experience from all I can tell. It seems quite next level.
Yeah. If it's good enough for Lionel Messi, I suppose it's good enough for me.
I suppose. I love it.
On the same level.
So you felt a little out of your element there.
I did a little, but
It's good though. You
no,
deserve
it's-
to get
yeah.
pampered.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yes, I'm gonna have to see if I can check that out one of these times. The past couple of years, thanks to you, sir, I've been spending my vacation money on NFTs.
Oh no, sorry about that.
It's all right. I'm quite happy with my collection at this point. So,
How many have you got? what are you holding?
let's see. We've got 13 ETH Hounds and 13 Ordinals, if I believe, and 13 Evos, and then I'll have
Keep the
13
sum.
fused. I guess 13 is my lucky number, so I'm just running with it. I also have Mutant Hound number 1313.
Oh, do you?
Thank you for that. That is a blue beam skeletal. Total legend.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a blue. I got a couple blue beams. I got a blue beam zombie. That's my prize possession. Being the lead of the zombies, I had to have that, so I stocked
Yeah.
it for
Is
a
it
good
the
long
horde?
time. Huh?
The zombie horde, is that what we're...
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm the guy. I'm that guy.
The horde man.
The zombie king, as they say.
Oh, the zombie king. That's the one.
We just need a crown.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Wink,
I
wink.
think there are a couple of crowns. I did some crowns.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I did a crown.
Okay.
Maybe not zombie. but there's definitely a crown or two for you.
What can you tell me about the awakened form?
The awakened, there's a lot of bling going on.
Okay.
They're very, they're the upper echelon, so they've got to be blinged out. And
these are one of ones, correct?
they're not, but
Okay.
they pretty much are, just based on the amount of traits and how few there are.
Okay.
So
is there a base form for it, or do they have sort of differences?
oh yeah,
'Cause I've seen a few that look a little different.
Yeah, there's different forms.
Okay, so there's
So it's
different
like,
forms of
yeah,
awakened.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 forms of awakened.
Yes, and then
Okay.
and then it's kind of like on the same ratio to the others in terms of traits. So like there's only 300 and something.
Yep, I think there's about 300 total, 328 maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, the same ratio of traits for that number throughout the rest of the forms, the breeds.
I've seen
So yeah.
I've seen some bling. I've seen some full solid gold ones. I've seen a skeletal with gold accents. I'm really excited to see these. I have 2. One airdropped, one that I picked up. We're talking about the canopic jars, in case you're wondering how you get an awakened. So I obviously fused one with a Reaper concoction, as you know, that's closest to home for me in the Dark Fang gang. And then I was watching the awakened forms, thinking of when I wanted to fuse my second one. Yesterday, I'm involved with the SSC for the Mutant Cartel, and so we had our meetings yesterday, and I had happened to check the Awakened collection right before my meeting. Unfortunately, right as it was about to start, and we were at number 68, and I was like, "Oh my god, number 69 Awakened! I need this!" But the meeting started, so I was like, "All right, let me be an adult. Let me just put it on hold. I'll come back."
Oh, it's just the boy Luke getting in before you.
How did you know?
Yeah, he was bragging about the old 69er.
Bastard.
Guess what house number I live at?
69?
Yes.
Let's go.
So I win. He got the hound.
Oh my
I've
god.
got the house.
I love it. Well, I told him I was very happy for him and very glad, and I hope it's amazing.
That's very sincere.
That's your favorite? Because
the breeds.
yeah. Between the
Well, I've got one awakened, and then I had to decide what to get, and I went for a juggernaut.
Oh,
I like the juggernauts.
jugs.
Big old beefy boys.
They are one of the favorites. So when I first saw these, I was looking at them as like basically like 2 classes per side, where we have Black Soot and Dark Fang. So there's like a heavy and a light, it seems like, with the Reaper and the Ironbound and the Berserker and the Juggernaut classes.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, but the Jug is the heavy boy of all of them.
Yeah, the brute. But he's a sensitive brute.
Oh, a sensitive brute. I love it.
Yeah, and they're very intelligent. They're just nice guys.
Interesting. Sounds exactly like Fat Man.
They're gentle giants.
What about the Reapers?
I was torn between, because I really like the Reapers. They just look super cool and mean, and
It's gotta be
cutthroat, evil bastards.
Yes, they look very much like they move only at night in the shadows.
Yeah, the creepy Reapers. Sorry, my cat's just...
Reapers. Is that what you've got? I wasn't sure if you had a dog or a cat under there.
Well, I'm at my mum's house, so it's my mum's cat.
Yeah, you can bring the cat on the show if you want.
Just an old food-obsessed nutcase.
Ah, aren't they all our favorites? I'm not a cat guy. That's why I'm here, man. Mutant
Yeah.
Hounds.
Oh, look, there he is.
Hello, kitty.
Hey, Patty. How's it
This is the
going,
first
old
cat
boy?
we've ever had on the Undead Hour Show.
Oh, is it?
Congrats.
Yeah, I am a cat man, but I draw dogs.
That's so funny. Well, it seems like you have a good understanding of the animal itself. Nice job.
Cheers, man. Yeah. Studied the anatomy. I just don't happen to have one.
Oh my goodness. So can we expect mutant cats next?
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, cat NFTs, they work, don't they? I think
Cool
we should.
cats. They've got cool
The
cats.
rats, I think rats would be good.
Ooh.
The rats of Serum City.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty in that space.
And they'll have all had plenty of serum to drink.
My goodness.
So imagine how
Mutated.
fucked up that'll be.
I am. I'm seeing tumors and little animals growing off of them and wild eyes and bent whiskers. Could be wild.
Yeah, well, that's my idea, but I don't.
Okay.
My ideas don't count around here.
Well, hey, Serum DAO is
Tell us what to
starting.
do.
Feel free to write your own serum improvement proposal and see if the community
Yeah,
wants
well, I'll send it straight to you.
it. I love it. So you're going to take some time off? Or are you going to just keep...
I do have next week off. It's half term for the kids, so they're off school.
Okay.
So I'm going to do some fun activities
What about...
in the cold, miserable British weather.
I know. Yeah, our weather is pretty similar.
What about you, Boston?
Yeah, yep. It
Is
seems...
that like northeast?
Yep, northeast. So my co-host, Dr. Dave, is actually from the UK as well. So it seems like my weather hits him 2 days later. So you'll be getting some snow coming up.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. We've been getting buried over here, so
Oh,
finally,
really?
we
A lot
finally
of
have
snow.
winter. Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Do you enjoy it, or do you...
No, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I hibernate in the winter. I stay inside. It's actually very good for Web3. This is actually when I came into Web3
Yeah.
was in the winter. That's when I got into cryptos was in the winter. I'm a motorcyclist. I'm a avid hiker. I like to be
really?
outside. Yeah. So winter is just not for me. I do
Yeah, it's not
minimal
the one.
exercise and try to stay warm. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all good. Yeah, it's hard with kids, though. You have to get them out of the house, otherwise you go insane.
Yeah, and they do, which is
Yeah, they go mad. You have to, like,
that's why you go insane.
run
of
them
course.
around. Yeah, exactly. Just let
And this
them
is why I
free
don't
for a
have
bit.
children, because I'm a selfish prick and I just want to do what I want to do.
Well, yeah, I'm quite jealous of people like you sometimes.
Hats off to you, sir. I commend your efforts
Thanks, man.
because I know it's not easy.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Hello.
What are you looking at?
I could pull up some of these top tier arts. Show the people.
Oh, he did
So-
them. They're pretty cool.
We've got the big pink thing in the top left there. Kraken. Caleb Lockjaw, Glitch, Fenrir, Havoc, Anubis. Oh my god. Primo. What can you tell me about Primo?
Oh, I always forget his name. It's a friend of Leo's. He's quite a
Oh, the
he's
artist?
Israeli. He's quite a big artist in Israel. Like,
Pilpeled. Pilpeled.
yeah, Pilpeled. That's it.
That's a hard one to say. And that's the only hound within the collection that's drawn by someone else, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's a one of one. So, did you guys create? You created the ordinal version?
Yeah, I did that version. Yeah,
Very cool.
based on
So
that
you
one.
also are able to adapt to other styles.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice having something to work from for that one.
What about this guy? Ooh,
Yeah, he's pretty nuts, isn't he?
I was trying to contact the owner of this for quite some time to see if I could make it mine, with no luck.
Oh, really? They just not get back to you.
I don't know. Never got back to me. Not sure he wants to sell it or just didn't get the message.
How rude.
Hard to tell. Wow. All right, so we can expect to see this fucking thing. We can expect to see some of these come time for fused reveals. And I feel like this is the leader of the Awakened.
Yeah, he's the big. Well, he's the god, isn't
he? Yeah, Anubis. There's definitely a theme of Egyptian art and influence within the collection.
Yeah, for the Awakened, sure. Yeah, it's all very.
Is that something that
Anubis.
You were previously interested in and brought to the table, or?
I can't remember how it came about. I think just them being the most regal of the fused hounds, and then the way we initially drew it, it kind of just looked like a jackal, like an Anubis.
Uh-huh.
And then it just fits like...
It fits with the lore.
Godly. And yeah.
God of the dogs. What else do we have?
The God of the DOGs.
Ooh. That sounds like a new tagline. I love that. And then we have these beautiful creations where you leveled up on a number of these traits. These serum lasers are fucking bananas, and brought in some new stuff. The bone mask, the iron mask, the heart glasses were a fucking killer.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah, these are lots of Lip's new traits for the inscriptions are really cool.
Yeah, he came up with those?
Yeah, because they're all from the pixel ones.
Ah, that's right. Tell me about the steak mouth. Was there a lot of laughs?
Pardon?
Was there a lot of laughs in the creation? Because the pixelated version looked much less like a piece of
like
steak.
A wiener, didn't it? It was a proper ween.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised he managed to get as much detail as he did with just a few pixels.
Yeah, like knocked it out of the park. You could definitely tell what stuff was. It was just like, wait, what?
It's cool. Every time I took my glasses off, like it all blended together.
Yeah.
To like make a perfect.
Right, like you squint a little and you're like, holy shit, I can really see it. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful work. Well, I'm so excited. I'm happy to have you here. Definitely I will continue tagging you. I'll get back to tagging you. I think I might have stopped with no response for some time. I'll bring it back.
I might respond to you one of these days.
All right, perfect.
Now we've met. DM.
Yep, perfect. Well, now we've met. We've made acquaintance, and maybe we can get you in the Discord to hang with the homies.
Yeah, I'll come along.
I love it. So, reveal space will be coming, I'm sure. Please join us. Mutant Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's probably in your evening.
When is that? I think it's around 8.
8 yeah, it's 8 p.m. for you. Yep. If you can make it, please do join us.
Yeah, I'm usually in the midst of a crazy bedtime routine.
Of course.
If I get out early.
That's actually why we started the Undead Hour Show, was because Mutant Monday was 8 p.m. in the UK, and we knew it was difficult for people, especially those of you with kids. Yep. So Sundays, 3 p.m. seems to be a little easier. Wind down the weekend, kick it with the Undead Hour crew, and dive into some cartel stuff. So,
cool,
formal invite extended. Please come whenever you like. It was nice to have you here. Appreciate you. Anything else you want to share before we take off? Any alpha drops?
What have I got?
Anything? things going on this year, or are you just kind of sussing it out now that you've finally finished this next project?
It's always kind of like after I did the original Hounds, I felt really weird
Yeah.
for a while because that was just me.
Yeah.
And I think I went totally insane for a while.
Really?
My wife tells me that. I was like, you were nuts. You're like pacing around like a madman.
What the fuck do I do with these hands?
And then, yeah, so it took me a while to get back to normal. But
Yeah.
yeah, just gonna have a week off and then
That's
get
it.
back to it.
Just 1 week.
Just 1 week and then back on it.
All right. Well, keep us updated because I'm curious to see what you're going to be working on. Good. Well, thank you for your time. Appreciate you coming.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And we will tune back and catch up with you soon.
Nice one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.